Hello and welcome to Team Subtlety and Question for some Cheston. Here is the meeting with the Death Knight. I am your host, Swalton, and I play Magnus, the party wizard. Joining me today is John C.
What is up, party people? John C here. I play Razor Soulstorm, and I'm the
What
party monk.
What catchphrase?
Also with us today is
It's
our
all
lovely
God
friend,
life.
also today is Kate Zilla.
Yo, what up? I'm Kate Zilla. I play Hidari, the party steward. We like to use Moon Moon Beam Beam now.
Also joining us
love a
today,
good
who's
Moon
not a
Moon
bird
Beam
person, is Slow J.
Hi, my name's Slow J. I play Krusk, the party's half-orc barbarian. I wield the mighty big bonk, ready to do some bonking this session.
It's been a while since you've been with us.
Yeah, it has been a very long time. I've had some minor, well, probably in fact pretty major technical difficulties regarding
Talk for yourself.
my equipment.
No,
I also spent far too long, too drunk for. I'd spent far too much, but I'm back now and ready to kill anything that comes near me, basically. So
Spoken like a true barbarian.
Yeah, definitely. Also here is RoboShop.
I'm Roboshop. I play Saber the Cleric, somehow still alive.
Oh, that's
That's how you jinx it.
That is a death flag right there.
That was literally how John died.
Ghost Archie's just nodding his head like, yeah, you go, David.
Oh well. Also here, who may live a bit longer, is Codename B.
Yo, yep, and I'll be playing Rusty, the trusty paladin. Hey, that rhymes. Oh, that was unexpected. Carry on.
And then rounding off the party is Westland Demon.
Hello, I'm Weston Demon, and as always, I am adorable.
oh, yes, you are.
And DMing for us today is also Sovereign.
Who is no longer playing Spooky Forest. Spooky Forest is dead. It's time to kill these fools.
Long live Spooky Forest.
Bring back Spooky Forest.
Spooky Forest
Rest
did
in
nothing wrong.
peace.
With that in mind, shall we have a quick recap?
Sure,
Fantastic.
I'll go for it. So, last session, we started off camping out inside the Magic Hut, which may have been a bad idea because it allowed us to get surrounded by a bunch of undead tree monsters. So we had a big fight when we woke up, which was okay for most of us. We killed lots of tree monsters, fought a big tree, all went pretty well. Realized that we tracked these guys down before they try and wipe out Lizardmen Village. So we followed them back to where they were coming from, which seemed to be in the same direction as where the Death Knight was, into the dark heart of the forest. When we got there, we found a giant tree that seemed to be, well, what you later learned was basically infested with the souls of the ruined village, whose name I have forgotten,
Xena.
because it was such a long time ago when it was ruined, forgotten by the people of one big arena.
Brother, it was definitely Xena.
Yeah. So we went there, and the tree took offense to our presence, didn't want us to speak to the Death Knight, didn't want to release the Death Knight, pretty much blamed the Death Knight for everything. Sounds like a lot of stuff today. And we were set upon by a bunch more zombie tree things, which we fought our way through. The paladin and the druid both summoned Moon Beam Beam on the giant tree, and being a tree, it couldn't run away, so it just sat there, getting Moonbeam all the time, until eventually it died, revealing a giant hole in the ground, which we all immediately jumped in because it looked like a hole we recognized before. Also, we landed in what was sort of like a swampy underground cave area. We saw the Death Knight standing vigil at the end of the clearing. So we headed over there, started having a nice chat with him, and he responded by paralyzing three of us. And that's where we ended.
That we did.
If it's okay with the party, I'd like to provide the extended edition recap along with that.
F.U.S.
Okay.
Interesting.
Stuff and things happened.
I feel like that's the abridged recap, not the extended recap.
I'd read.
Well, I think that was the director's commentary.
Ah.
Yeah, that was the deep philosophical analysis of what we actually went through.
I do what I can.
We should record that and just play it at the beginning of every episode.
Last time,
And then just
stuff
the
and
end.
things happened.
That's like the start of like Law and Order. It's like there are two forms of of things that happened in
These are those stories.
Stuff and things. These are their stories.
Beautiful.
Well,
That sounds like an intro. Yeah.
shall we dive right in?
Yeah.
Sounds
Please,
good.
yeah.
Where are we going first?
So, as Westland Demon kindly pointed out, currently 3 members of the party are paralysed, right in front of a very angry Death Knight. But more importantly, Krusk, our friendly barbarian, is not here. So let's join Krusk. Krusk, you've been in the lizard folk village since the party arrived, pestering them for various reasons. What you doing?
Well, I did try and ask them a few questions about how their, well, I don't want to seem crass, but how their sexual regions work. And it turns out they have what they call a cloaca. And although they didn't understand the meaning of the word penis, they definitely know what pipe means now.
You know, lizards do have penises.
You didn't know what the word meant?
No, unfortunately, lizards do not have penises.
I mean, okay.
Well,
I mean, but they do. But okay.
I feel the lizard men have been lying to Krusk.
These
he's
ones
not been
do
speaking
not.
he's not been speaking to the lizard woman. He's been speaking to the lizard woman.
Yeah. No, I had a very, very nice night sleeping in one of their huts. It was quite entertaining.
Why didn't you come with the rest of the party?
Oh, well, unfortunately, they plied me with this extremely tasty type of alcohol.
Which reminds me, could you roll me a constitution check?
I could indeed. It was a certain type of goat's milk they left in a sheep's stomach by the door. Every once in a while, when someone goes in, they whack it with a stick to agitate it. And after a while, it becomes fermented. It's very, very good.
It's very potent, and while Krusk was drinking, he was fairly sure he was hallucinating some very weird shit.
That does sound like the way they make wyvern poison. So.
It wasn't sheep milk.
Oh dear.
Again, they just told him it was.
I mean, Chris doesn't speak Draconic, so this has all been through gestures.
Oh yeah, and
Why'd you ask what a cloaca is?
oh, I just waved in the general area.
And eventually, one of them showed him his genitals.
Yeah, pretty much. I have quite a way with people.
Oh, wonderful. So what happened after that?
Well, I woke up and decided to try and find out where everyone had gone, but everyone had disappeared. But thanks to my good tracking skills, I seem to have found a trail.
You have, and following that trail led you to a massive hole in the ground.
Which he immediately started to fuck.
Oh. No, so I saw this hole. I called down to see if anyone was there. I wasn't sure if I'd get any response, but I just shouted in it anyway. Oh, I'm on the night shift.
Okay.
You would not have heard any response.
Well, considering it seems to be where the trail ended, I decided to climb down, or at least try and find anywhere to climb down.
Okay, so you would see sort of what the remains of sort of roots and sort of leading down in, which you could use to sort of climb down.
Okay, well, I'm gonna follow my instincts and take a nice climb down the big old hole. I'm used to
could
doing
you roll me athletics check?
Yes, I can. Athletic. Roll.
Cool. So
Cool.
you managed to sort of abseil down the holes very quickly, and you do get to the point where the roots kind of end, and there's still a bit of a drop, but it's only about 20 feet, so you could make that easily.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump it.
Cool. Then you would land and take 6 bludgeoning damage. A little wonky on the knees.
Yeah, it was a heavy night. I'll tell you that much.
Well, Cross, you would find yourself in a large swampy cavern, and at the opposite end, you would see the rest of the party.
Okay, so I'm gonna make my way over to them.
Cool.
Is any of this what's it called? How is it hazardous terrain or? I can't remember.
It's difficult terrain. If you're standing in the water, it would slow you down a wee bit.
Okay. Is it okay if I just run up to the party? Or
Yeah, consider this narrative time, so
okay, excellent.
you'd basically just be catching up the party at the moment Magnus, Adorable, and Rusty were paralyzed.
Okay. As I arrive and see them paralyzed, I ask what the party what happened.
We arrived down here to see the Death Knight. Magnus, Rusty, and Adorable approached him, and the Death Knight lunged at them. Some kind of paralyzing attack.
Okay. If I know they're all paralyzed, I'm going to go up to Rusty and just squat next to him, resting my testicles on his shoulder.
Okay.
I was going to say maybe we should keep our distance and let the Death Knight have some space to himself before things escalate, but
Did you roll for performance?
I mean, I'm going to say no, but I like your thinking.
No fun.
Yeah, there's a bit of an echo there.
I think it could be me.
I'm sorry, can you clarify what you're doing? Because you said shoulder, right?
I did say shoulder, yes.
You realize Rusty's
I think he's assuming when you got paralyzed, you fell over.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
I didn't
fall over.
Yeah, they're still standing.
Oh, well.
So you're going to
what
have
I
to do a
assumed was shoulder
handstand.
must be his foot then.
I think he's just rubbing his balls on your leg.
Much like a small dog would do.
Except you're a 6 foot half orc.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Right, well, the Death
Yeah,
Knight...
sorry, just before we jump into this, is there an echo coming out of my end of the mic?
it seems to be you because your icon is lighting up whenever someone else is talking.
Echo.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
getting it from Swamp.
Yeah, that would
Me
be
as well. Right,
It's
okay.
stopped.
So I've turned down the input and output on Discord.
Okay.
So
Well,
if
I
it
think
doesn't come back,
that's
let me know.
Yep.
Can I?
Yeah.
You guys will hear me normally?
Yeah,
Yeah,
good.
perfect.
What you need to do is to stop shouting into the mountain like Saruman did in Lord of the
Yeah.
Rings.
But no, you're not lighting up anymore, so that's spot on.
Cool.
Right.
Right, anyway, sorry, let's get back into it.
So as the moment that Krusk starts teabagging Rusty, the Death Knight actually reaches over to Rusty and pries Islif away from him, and takes a moment to sort of look at it, and he looks at everyone gathered here and says, "You claim to fight the Advocates, and yet you wield their greatest weapons."
If Dawn could speak right now.
If Dawn could speak right now. And he looks at you, Krusk, and Saba, and Ray, and momentarily glances at the eagle and says, "Explain yourself."
Someone step up.
I just got here, mate.
We came
He nods at you,
to-
Krusk, and
and this isn't out of character, it's inside his head.
Can I just
Mean by explain ourselves.
guys,
He
just
seems to know who we are.
and just say that the Death Knight isn't doing not hesitate. Seeing a half orc, I've sailed down the hole, run over it, really start rubbing his balls on an unconscious person. and then when I explain what you're doing, and he says, "I just got here." He goes, well, okay, fine.
I mean, he's not wrong. He did just get here.
Don't let me stop you.
Yeah, sorry,
He's got more important things in his mind than the person getting triumphed.
yeah,
Go
sorry,
on,
David, I think you
are
had
you
a
just
question
like-
you were asking there. What was that?
Just in his head, Saba's just thinking, what does he mean by explain ourselves? Like, how do we end this?
He's asking you to explain why you have a Draco-Lich sword, because that's the Advocate's sort of secret weapon, as it were.
Saba
God.
steps up and replies by shouting, "We use this weapon in the name of good, therefore it's justified."
Why does Saba say that
Yeah,
if you're saying it?
How does Ray mind control Saba do this?
Yeah. It's
No,
like-
that's the fucking
I
say it.
imagine that in my head now, Ray's just standing behind me going, you tell him, Saba, you tell him.
Dad's
Uh,
puppet dance.
God, the actual reason we have it is just because somebody wanted it. How the hell do I explain that and not sound like...
I
It's
mean,
what-
it's Rusty's friend.
It has... Yeah, do we know that? Do we... Okay, I'll just say to him that it would appear we might have gotten off to the wrong foot. We are here in peace to speak with you and ask of you if you might like to join our efforts in fighting these villains. And he's looking very, very nervous that he's about to get killed. Hashtag somehow still alive, Saba.
So the Death Knight listens to you and says, "And like I said, how did you come into possession of this?" And he kind of raises it above his head slightly, slightly threateningly towards the paralyzed members of the party.
I'm so glad he's not looked at my backpack.
But just to refresh me, we sort of found the sword and didn't figure out what it was until much later on.
We took it off one of Tefe's sons when he was killed. Rusty teleported and stole it off the ground. And then Presley just refused to give it to anyone who knew
Yeah,
better and how to
The
dispose of it.
sword itself is sentient, and Rusty was like, "Oh, you're sentient. I'll look after you," even though it was thirsting for blood.
All right, I must be thinking of something else in the game then. Okay.
Basically, Rusty told us it was talking to him, and
Yeah.
we were like,
Uh,
"But stop that! Give us that sword now! Stop playing with it! It's clearly dangerous." And he refused. And then basically just held on to it and kept talking to it the entire time. And apparently they're friends.
okay. We acquired the sword in an intense battle, and we discovered that it has some level of sentience, and from what we've can gather, has partnered itself with one of our allies and is in fact on our side.
Roll a persuasion check.
We
Shit.
also know it's got the soul of a dragon.
And it's used to make the dragon creatures for the advocates. Or it could be.
Shit.
The Death Knight kind of looks to you, Krusk, and says, "If you just got here and you have no part of this, you may leave."
Does Crust do anything?
Does Krusk do it?
Slowji, you're muted just now.
Sorry, yeah, I was muted. I apologize for that. So I'm going to
Continue.
I'm gonna continue resting my nuts on Rusty, slowly rubbing them back and forth. They're nice and oily by this point because I've been sweating quite a lot from sprinting over here. I'm gonna say to the knight, I am with this party, and I'm in it to win it. I'm with them till the end. So I'm gonna stay. I've got some.
While he
Love
teabags.
how Saba right now is shitting his pants while Krusk is just having so many lows.
Yeah, but that's Costco all the time.
I'm having quite a good time.
He kind of nods at you and says, "I appreciate your honor," and he brings down the blade into the ground. And could Krusk, Saba, Ray, and Hidari all roll me a dex saving throw? Oh, actually, no, that's
Oh god.
never mind.
Oh, goodness gracious me.
Oh,
You're all paralyzed too. Good job.
Sorry, I
It's
don't
not
have my
going to be
character sheet up, so that's
paralysis. It's
19.
because
Oh,
that's
well.
wisdom, hopefully.
Welcome to the wonderful world of homebrew spells.
Sorry, I don't have my character sheet up, so this will take like 15, 20 seconds.
After
I
30
stand
seconds.
somehow still alive.
Magnus, could you also roll me one?
Dex through.
Dex saving throw, yeah.
If it's Dex and he's held person, he automatically fails it.
Yeah, but he just broke out of his.
Oh, I see.
Way to ruin it, Rusty.
Did not matter.
And
Could
fine,
everyone
mark
but
the ground
Hidari?
and grapple everybody else.
Could everyone but Hidari take 39 damage?
I'm still dead.
Whoa! Well,
39.
I'm at 0. My health was at 38. Jeez, oh.
Okay, this is going well. Remember when you said, like, still alive, Saba?
Who's that?
Yep. Do you want to remove the paralyzed symbol from
I
the
do.
character?
Hashtag
Yeah, I
might
rolled
not
a-
still be alive.
It
How'd that
actually
do?
wasn't the paralyzed symbol, it was the oh shit symbol. You're taking full damage there, Ray,
For what?
for not making your dex saving throw.
But I made it now.
How'd you know that?
He didn't roll his one.
Yeah.
Because I was waiting for the slowest net book in existence to load up my character sheet.
So, he's saying he's rolled a 16.
Oh wait,
I
never
think-
mind. You're good because you've got the +2 from Russet.
All the people actually take half damage because if my aura of warding still applies,
Is that
even if
still work, even if I'm unconscious?
even
That's
if
true.
I'm
So
unconscious.
that's everybody but Saba.
Yep.
Oh, okay. So we take
So
half damage.
Everyone's
it's
taking
actually
yeah.
half
Everyone's
damage.
taking half damage.
Oh,
Except from
How
Saba,
did
who's
a
taking full.
16 not beat that roll?
So 39.
No,
So
no, it did.
divided by 2.
So that's like. So do it
19 and a
on
half.
the
20.
other side,
20.
so-
Is it up
so-
or down?
Yeah.
Rounding.
Roll it up.
20
Oh.
then.
So I said everyone but Saba, but surely my roll should have been brilliant.
Your roll was okay, but it wasn't enough.
But
Yeah.
fortunately,
Anyone
you're
else-
standing near a paladin, so you're fine.
Did anyone
Well,
else get downed by that attack?
You shouldn't
I'm
have been
standing.
downed by 20 damage.
He's outside, though.
So
Oh,
Pretty
Yes, I was
much.
taking the full brunt.
oops.
yeah, pretty much the only one who really needed that aura help is the one who didn't get it.
So how much
You're
damage
the
did
best-
Ray
You're the
take?
best dex in the game.
20.
20. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Except I'm paralyzed, so I can't say that.
Yeah.
It was implied.
So am I unparalyzed now?
You're unparalyzed now. Also, just to clarify, everyone's getting pushed back 10 feet. That I'm just going to assume Armin's dead.
Oh yeah, sorry.
No,
Armin's gone.
I'm was flying in the air, clearly.
Actually, sorry, Armin's currently was flying in the air. I think.
Oh,
I don't think
never
he was
mind. You could,
landed next to us. Yeah, it's kind of hard to represent. Like he's doing recon somewhere. He can be. I'll
It's,
place him far away from us.
It's a symbol you could use that'll be like up.
I will have a quick little look through. There's one with wings. I'll just put that in.
Wings one
to-
sounds perfect. Let's use that one. That's like, yeah.
Yeah, it looks more like
yeah.
it's like a halo and wings, so I assume it means they're
Guys.
about to die. Yeah.
I actually tell a lie. You guys don't get pushed back. You all get knocked prone. Sorry,
No,
I didn't read that right.
there is a wing. If you go to the fourth row, third from the right.
Oh yeah, there is. I'll take that. Just a shame that Laraman's face gets covered by these symbols. Oh.
Oh,
Okay, he is away flying, doing recon, looking quite distressed that everyone getting beaten up by this guy.
Oh.
So quick question. So at the stand we're currently at, the bit of the temple, is it dwarvish runes on it or draconic?
It's draconic.
Draconic. Cool. Right. Are we in narrative time just now? Are we going to go into combat?
Still consider it narrative unless you guys are ready to fight.
We just took 20 damage. How are we in narrative?
Yeah.
This is disgraceful.
Shits and giggles, mate. Shits and giggles.
I will.
We'll roll initiative now, but
Oh. $17.
Fuck.
I don't know. What did I do?
Will I still roll if I'm down?
You can still roll.
Ouch. That is a
You
poor
can roll
initiative roll.
I think, yeah, you have to, because you need to check if you have death saving throws.
Yeah.
Where's my initiative dice? There it is. Well done, adorable.
Oh, good news, guys. The dying man rolled high.
Great. Am I prone and paralyzed now?
You're prone and paralyzed.
Awesome.
Nice.
If I only was more wise.
No, you got a one. It's fine. He's still
Aha,
waking.
he's going last.
He's still waking up.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I completely miscalculated my save mod. It should have been +3.
Roll initiative again.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, do it
All
first,
right.
remember?
Yeah, because
that.
you increased your charisma.
I've also got proficiency.
Oh, cross.
Yeah,
in
that didn't work
wisdom
too well.
saving throws. So, yeah.
Let's see, how's that looking? Okay.
Just to refresh my memory as well, what was the name of this this guy before he was turned into a Death Knight?
It says on his in the internal that if you find his.
Oh yeah, I might
yeah.
say Travick, but that's
It's
No,
Travick.
Travick.
Cross needs to increase his initiative to 6 again.
Do
Okay. I
Because
will
he-
just do that for you.
He rolled twice because he gets advantage on this.
Oh, right.
But,
I? Oh, yeah, of
second
course.
one was lower.
I keep forgetting
but
about
they,
that.
for some reason, took precedence and put the new one on.
Cool.
Okay, so I will grunt as I've been hit with this attack, and then shout in Draconic. Let's see if I can actually pronounce this even closer right. Dinalok Travick. Ithre Shafir Dal Simba, which is Paladin Travick. We are on your side. And then I'm going to say, we're against the advocates. We're here to help you. Let's explain. Stand down. How
Okay.
does he react?
He's got the sword still stuck as stuck in the ground still, and he's looking at you, and he doesn't pull the blade out as if he's waiting to hear what you've got to say.
Okay. I'll put a hand out and kind of glance over at Saba. Say, will you allow us to heal our paladin? He's of the Asgardian faith, honorable warriors.
You mean cleric?
He's of the Asgardian faith. He still fights stuff. He's a warrior.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, and I'll gesture over at him and I kind of like hint at Hadari can't heal in the eagle form.
Hadari's a bird.
Never mind, eagle lady. Okay. Then I'll say, we are against the advocates. I understand you fought against them many years ago. It's been 300 years since your entombment, and now you threaten the people of Katarina. We're looking to defend them. Izalith, that sword has the soul of a Dracolich within it, and we simply wants to be against the advocates. We oppose the advocates, and they're trying to take lives. Stand with us and help defeat the advocates.
Roll a persuasion check.
This is not going to go well.
I like how it's always you that talks. You don't have to.
I mean, my charisma's okay, but I'm not built to be the face.
I mean, that was adequate.
Yeah,
That was a charisma saving throw.
Oh shit, you're right.
It makes the.
I mean, it was an 18.
Well, we take that roll and just add in the correct
It's
step.
the same.
I'm happy to give you that if your persuasion and charisma for saving throw modifiers for the
They-
exact same.
They'll be the same. There's no proficiency in persuasion for Magnus here. He's a
Then
bookworm.
fine,
He's
I'm-
not meant to be talking to people.
I'm fine to give you the 20 as a misclick. This
Oh,
adorable and rusty. You guys feel the paralysis fading from you, and the Death Knight takes the blade out of the ground, but doesn't take a defensive stance again. And he looks to you, Magnus, and says, "To your cleric, then."
Isolith is my friend. Please
Aye.
let us use him against the advocates.
or you can, destroy him. That will work too. Do you know how?
He's a sentient being.
Travis?
Travick. Yeah. He's like, this weapon is far too dangerous for you.
Can you destroy it, Travis?
I could.
Will
No.
you?
Return the weapon, Travick.
And why would I do that?
Everyone back away
Because-
from Rusty.
Yeah,
Kill
I'm
me
actually
first,
gonna.
please.
Magnus is
Kill
gonna
me
go
first.
over and actually help Saba.
It's
Can
a
I
sentient
stabilize
creature,
him?
same as you. Look at your nature as an undead knight. Yet you still fight for justice. Why should this sword not be allowed the same chance?
Do you think I chose this? And justice. I don't fight for justice anymore.
What do you fight for then?
Me.
And what do you want?
Death.
I want what I've always wanted. The advocates. Dead.
That's what we want to.
We can help with that.
But return Isolith.
Ezalith is too dangerous.
Alright, I'm gonna attempt to take Isolith back then.
Rusty, no.
You're busy helping Sal.
Yeah, but I can see this. Like, Rusty, we need a healer over here.
Bird person, go and help the unconscious man. Please.
Hadari, you gonna do anything or?
Okay.
Hold on. Give me just a second here.
Saba, could you roll me the death saving throw though?
Yeah, I guess are we going internal if Rusty's going to try and do stuff.
How about we give you a truly evil sword? We have in our possession also another one of the swords, but this one is evil. The sword known as Nito.
Nito.
Isolith has been fighting against the advocates with us as a force for good, but Nito is truly evil. None of us are able to destroy it, but we will be happy to see it destroyed.
You have Nito.
We have Nito
And Ezalith.
and Isolith. We have taken them away from the advocates so that they cannot be used as weapons against the people of Katarina. You say we're not worthy to wield these weapons, and yet we have captured 2 of them from our enemy.
Sorry, David, just so you take a fail on the death saving throw.
You did, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to stabilize him before that. Can I roll medicine to?
I would say you've already done your action.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
I
what
only
happens when
talked
you
to a guy.
This is what happens when you demand initiative.
I didn't demand initiative.
Your party did.
Last time I asked the DM, should we roll initiative or is this narrative
Kind of
thing?
benevolent DM.
No, it's a giant eagle's
The
turn
spooky
anyway.
forest has taken over the DM. Run.
Giant eagle.
Alrighty.
Rusty, the definitely looks to you and says, "And present Nito to me."
Gladly. Adorable?
It's not my
Could you
turn.
please?
It's not my turn.
Yeah, but you can nod as a reaction, I'm sure.
No, because it's not your turn either.
It's fine. It's technically narrative. Sort of.
You're stealing Kate's go. Let Kate do her thing.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
gonna
Are you
well-
back in Hadari form, Kate, and just going, "Go"?
Right, yeah, I'm gonna come out of wild shape and go help Saba.
Nobody hurts my Saba.
I'm on it. Fuck, I've lost everything. Yeah.
Okay,
I'm gonna
good.
do cure wounds, I believe. Like
Yep.
that's the only thing I have that's helpful.
That would do it.
That'll do it.
Yep.
Yep.
And I'm going to do that
Thank
at
you.
third
So
level.
1d8 plus your spellcasting modifier.
I think mine's
Except
3.
it turned out that Saba is undead, so it has no effect.
It actually hurts him.
Oh, that's a lot of healing. Nice.
So you
Thank
just basically
you.
regained most of the health you lost.
No, about
Do
half
that.
of it. He took the full brunt of that attack.
Oh,
Yeah,
then
I-
never mind.
Yeah, he
I
wasn't
have
standing near
38.
the paladin.
Saba, you're alive. Oh, good job, buddy, not dying. You don't get to go to Valhalla just yet.
He wanted
Fair
to.
enough.
He was ready.
I'm
I was like, you
okay
don't
with
get to go
that.
yet.
Cyber, did you see Archie?
Yes, he tried to entice me with biscuits.
You were right to say no to him. I'm just picturing like Archie like crouching, gesturing with biscuits in one hand and like say coming towards me with the other, and you just have Saba looking at him very concerned.
Oh, while Saba was down, you just see like a hand come out of the ground and just like a ghost hand just trying to like drag him under, but then it doesn't work.
He's trying to seduce me from the astral plane.
With biscuits. The dastardly bastard.
All the ghosts already hit in on this.
Grandma should be trying to stop this, right?
He's into biscuits.
As I started to drift into the darkness, I heard my lord. Not just now, you fucker. Get back down there.
He's flashing.
The ghost hand just like gives him the finger and then goes back into the ground.
My god has plans for me just yet.
I'm just picturing like your massive Thor creature just like shaking his finger at you, going, "No, get back down there."
I am still alive because the universe wills it so.
Okay, glad to have you back, buddy. Right, let's deal with this, and I'll give him a pat on the
Gary.
shoulder.
I
Let's
assume
do.
is that what you're doing for now?
Yes. That is.
Then Ray, are you doing anything specifically?
Well, I'm prone at the moment, aren't I?
You will be, yeah.
Is there anything I can do to unprone myself? Or
You
can
get
I
back
still,
up.
Like...
You just
Oh,
stand back
then-
up. It takes half your movement, but you just stand back up.
Oh, did I stand back up?
Yeah. That's it.
Okay, and is there anyone to fight? Where's the bad guy?
Bad guys in front of us too.
Where?
Yeah.
Well, don't fight him just yet, but you can be
Oh,
prepared to.
Stop metagaming. Let him do what he wants.
Fine.
You can shout. You can shout no as he does it if that helps.
No!
No.
Are we not attacking him or fighting him, or are we just trying
We're
to reason with
talking.
him?
We're talking just
Oh.
now. Yeah, we're trying to reason with him.
Then
But also, you did hurt your
just-
Saba.
Does that answer your
I don't-
question, Gus?
I'm just going to move up there just so we can try and, surround him a little bit in case he finds ghosts at her.
Okay.
That's going to definitely go
Guys?
well. Not
Getting ready to pounce on this fuckboy.
You know me so well.
Crust.
I
then.
can't hear anyone.
You can't.
What?
We
What?
can hear
Kate,
you.
what?
Oh,
Gus-
was everyone
Gus-
quiet?
Also, Owen, you're muted, by the way.
Yeah. Okay, are you deafened at all?
Wait, what?
Are you? Oh, you can hear me. Never mind.
I can hear you now. I
What?
don't know what happened.
Oh.
Like a little bit, you all cut out. I was like,
Okay.
guys?
Maybe bad
Okay.
signal on
Especially
your
all
end.
quiet.
Yeah.
Cross, you're muted, by the way.
He knows. he
Yeah,
doesn't
I know.
care.
I know. I am. No, I don't care. I don't care about being muted. No.
Just 'cause it's your turn.
Yeah, I realise that. I'm just trying to think. I'm trying to work out what to do. Quick question.
Yeah.
Kind of benevolent DM.
Oh, you flatter
since-
me.
Since this is my first spell ever, the Thunderbolt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could you give me just a really quick rundown of how I would use it and how I
Yeah,
can
no.
use it?
No problem.
Thunderbolt.
You rob the shaft.
Yeah. So
You work the
basically,
pipe and
Oh,
then
so
you
I've got
follow
to
the
create a
gradient.
lot of static in the bonk with by rubbing the shaft as hard as I can. Is that right?
Yeah.
Nice and
Yeah.
fast. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So you will see a black square appear just in front of you. When just above your
No.
character token.
Yeah.
So basically, that's the
Why is
area
it-
of
why is it-
effect.
Why is it on me?
Just because I thought that'd be
Shits and
nice.
giggles.
Yeah, so if you use the Thunderbonk, basically that 15 sort of foot square, if all the enemies in that will be affected by the spell.
Okay.
It's basically like a shockwave that you're bringing down by slamming the hammer into the ground.
Okay.
Does it hit him though? Because obviously
It-
the hammer is 5 foot range.
No. Because it's from the caster, so it's more like him hitting it into the ground right in front of him.
That would make sense. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. Right. Well, that's it. Then. So, like, what happens with like running out of being able
Uh,
to use it? If you know what I
when
mean.
You
when
can
you
use
have
it
a full-
once a day.
Once
Ah.
a day. Okay.
Yeah.
So when you're a full 8-hour rest, it will recharge.
Oh, so long rest recharges it. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Excellent. I will not be doing that. I'll be doing a bit of this. Give me a
Work.
second.
Work the shaft.
I'll I'll keep working it. Keep working it. Have you guys heard that, by the way? The voicemails
No.
from the guy from Fraserborough.
No.
Oh,
No.
oh my god, you need to hear them. Like, I mean, I would play them over Discord, but I don't think they'd go down too well on the recording. So, anyway, so I will be doing. That's it. I found it. I will be doing this.
Okay.
Crap. No.
Typically, Wire has some G's before the H.
It should have some G's in there. It shouldn't be wow.
No,
it should
no,
be
no, 'cause
wah.
it's not wow. It's just ah.
There's
Okay.
there's
Okay.
no G's.
Okay. Okay.
Also frenzy.
Okay.
I wonder how the Death Knight will react to this.
And right now it's time for. Oh wait, I haven't moved to the right place yet. Aha.
We're
Would-
not fighting him.
Oh,
He does what he wants. Let him do what he
He is a
Why are we not
barbarian. That's what he
Cross,
does.
Cross has read the situation in his own particular way, and now he's doing what he would normally do.
No.
Cross,
Yeah,
what,
he hurt his friend Saba, who's definitely not an elf.
were you going to attack? Yeah.
I was planning on it. I
Then-
got confused.
then
I mean,
do you attack if you want to do your attack? If that's how you would have reacted to the information you were given.
it
Don't
is-
let him have
he's-
convincing.
well, he did paralyze me, so I'm annoyed at him. So I'm going to
Okay.
bonk him.
Go for it.
Wait, he didn't. He knocked you down. He didn't paralyze you.
You
I didn't do that.
you actually dropped your hammer.
Oh no!
You got so angry.
He's so
You-
angry.
Well,
you-
I think I was still a bit greasy from running over here.
He just
okay.
thinks you
I did
challenged him to a
get a bit
duel.
excited by getting a bit close to Rusty with my testicles. I mean, the cold metal on my warm skin gave me a bit of a shiver,
Bottom
and
time,
I broke into a cold sweat.
So you just ran over to him, started screaming, and just dropped your hammer. Is what happened.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean,
I
there
think
is a
you read
reason.
the thing,
My intelligence is pretty damn low.
You
so-
like swung back, and as he swung back, he let go of the hammer, and it just dropped out of his hand.
I basically just pictured him as tripping over the last stair, dropping it.
How would
Does
I
the
go
Death
get
Knight
said
even-
hammer back?
Oh, you can just pick him back up on your next turn.
Okay, well, I suppose I'll end my turn there. And
Okay.
I was annoyed at him, and my rage is abated.
You can
Because
make
now I
multiple-
feel like
you
a
could,
dick.
You could make
Right.
multiple attacks, right? You could
I can.
you could try and
punch
grapple
him.
him instead, or punch him.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I'm ending my turn there.
If he feels embarrassed. Okay, so it's Adorable and Rusty, same initiative. So
Yep. So I am going to ask Adorable for Nito in exchange, and we can exchange Nito for Izalith with the.
I turned my helmet to face rust.
And
oh, good. That
And-
wasn't just me. It was being sad. I was like, have I lost connection? Shit.
I'm waiting for the reaction here.
yeah, it's going like, and what happens next?
I'll outstretch a hand to take the sword.
I'm just staring at his hand. I nod at the Death Knight to say that I have it.
Then surrender it.
I'm going to look at
On
Adorable
the
now
condition
quizzically.
that you will destroy them both now.
Cannot be done now, but it will be done.
Then I cannot, in good conscience, hand it to you right now.
And I, in good conscience, cannot let you leave with it.
I roll my shoulders.
All right, if I was to
Stretch
try
out,
and
stop
take
stretching.
Izalith now, knowing that that's happened, is he stuck in the ground still? Could I just pick him up?
He's taken Izalith out of the ground and he's holding him in his
He's holding
hand.
them now. Yeah.
Right, so what would I need to do to get it?
You would have to make me an athletics check to try and disarm him.
I will do just that then. I'll look at him and I'll be like, I didn't want to have to do this, but that's my friend you're holding. And I can't allow people to hurt my friends.
Okay.
Whenever
Crit
it rolls,
success.
whenever crit success doesn't mean anything on the check.
Yeah, if he did better, but he didn't.
So
So
crit fail.
yeah,
Are you sure a crit success and a crit fail doesn't mean I can do it with a little flourish?
you can do it with a little flourish.
Okay.
How would you like to do it?
I want to stomp on his toe, and then as he recoils in pain a little, just take his lip out of his hand gently.
Okay.
I mean, I was just going to suggest that he comes with us, and keeps me in sight, but oh well.
Probably not after that, unfortunately.
It's too late. now.
And as a bonus action, I'm going to Shield of Faith myself.
So, because he's wearing full-on plate armor and also undead, doesn't exactly flinch away in the way you'd expect him.
No, but
he
it makes a
seems-
noise.
yeah, he's very
I mean, it's metal
surprised.
against metal. It'll be quite
He's
loud.
very surprised, and you managed to take the blade off him very gently, as you said, as he's kind of reconciling what's just fucking happened.
I'll say to him, I'm sorry to do this to you. I know how you feel about this, but this blade is my friend, and I can't allow you to hurt my friends. Now, I'll let you apologize for hurting us already, and you can come with us and destroy the advocates. Or you can leave it to us to destroy the advocates and go into your eternal rest. Or we can destroy you here. I guess it's your choice.
He kind of looks at all of you and says, or I just leave and destroy the advocates myself, and then I come back for you.
But we wouldn't just stay here, though.
There was a minor flaw in your plan.
You know what? Yeah, why don't you do that then? Bye.
You know, if it means destruction of the advocates and the safety of the people of Katarina, go right ahead.
Don't think I won't be able to find you.
I wouldn't try to hide. Honestly, if it wasn't for the fact that people were hurting, I would be happy to have this battle with you here and now. But it wouldn't be honorable to waste time when people are suffering and dying.
No, it would not. And he begins to walk away. Do you do anything?
I'm going to look at Adorable and see if he's going to try and stop and sort of gesture that I'm ready to fight if he wants to.
And does Adorable do anything?
Usually my silence means I'm not doing anything.
That's wonderful.
In that case, Rusty's going to give a friendly wave and wish him good luck in destruction of the advocates.
Okay. And as the Death Knight walks off, he raises his arm, both of his arms, and sort of a shimmering energy expands out, and you guys see essentially movement start to occur around you. Writhing skeletons beginning to pick themselves out of the muck, and
Oh, I was going to do something nice to him. Oh, fuck this guy.
begins to rally around their leader.
All right, seeing that happen, I want to use my Channel Divinity feature to try and stop him, because that was rude.
Okay.
So I would, if that was the case, I would run at him and like cast it as he was walking away. I mean, all he has to do is make a strength or dex saving throw, which he will, but it was, matter of principle more than anything.
Okay, so strength for dex saving throw.
Yep.
What's the DC 13?
Yeah. What?
No. Rusty, you killed us.
He's rolled literally 3 ones.
He's not rolled very good.
I'm going to shout at him.
Can
was
I
rude.
cast a counter spell to stop Rusty doing this?
Yes.
Is it a spell though? His power.
It's a
his power.
channel
It's a
divinity
cantrip.
feature.
Oh,
It's cantrip.
cantrip.
I don't know if a spell would work on a cantrip.
Well,
yeah,
let's find out.
I'm fairly sure the part of the rule of counter spell is it has to be an actual spell.
I'll look it up.
Yep. Quick, rules
Yep,
monkey,
let's
get to
look it up.
I mean, he's not going anywhere anyway right now, so.
In the process of casting a spell,
Yeah, cast it. Depends if
if
it's cantrip
if
spell.
a
I think
creature's
it can't-
casting a spell 3rd level or lower, its spell fails.
I think it does for the cantrip counts at level 0 spell.
Yeah, it's
but
a
it's
level
still a
0
spell.
spell. It's
Yeah,
like
but
a lower
this
level
isn't.
spell one.
This is a channel divinity feature that he's added into his spellbook for ease.
Yeah, so that's why I said
It's
is
not
it
a spell.
to
It's not a
start with?
spell. It's
And
a
then-
channel
and
divinity
then,
feature.
and then you said it was a cantrip, but I got vague. I think that's what the confusion.
Oh no, I've got it in my cantrips because it
Yeah.
basically works like a cantrip.
So it's
Gotcha.
not-
Right, okay, right.
not-
So it's a class feature.
Yes,
Yep.
so you can't.
It's, it's my
Yeah, because
nature's
that doesn't
wrath.
affect them.
Yeah.
What's
Oh, never mind. Magnus, just sit. I'll probably just shout in Draconic, like, Travick, I am sorry from what's happened to you, before Rusty starts trying to fucking fight him.
Okay. So, Rusty,
Yep.
you managed to capture him in your nature's wrath, and he calls out and says, "Treacherous bastard!
You're saying that after you've summoned these creatures to fight us?
Fight you!"
No, he was
No.
leaving with them, Rusty.
This
Oh,
is
you're
my
leaving
army.
with them.
Too
Oh,
late
sorry.
now.
I released the
They
nature's
are
wrath.
undead.
You've literally fucked us.
I released the nature's wrath, having misunderstood.
Almost certainly too late.
My apologies. You did attack us unprovoked once before.
There is no trust in this relationship.
The Death Knight comes up and he stares at you straight in the face.
Fight,
And he
fight,
cleans your his head a little bit and says, "You've made a very big mistake."
By letting you go, or
And he takes his hand out and points at you as if offering a shake.
Wait, it's hand and point.
wait, is he doing,
he's
is he doing
offering
a
a
handshake?
He's offering a handshake.
Okay, I will accept the handshake.
Oh.
That's not dumb idea.
What bad
Could
thing
you-
happens here, Sovereign?
Could you roll me a charisma saving throw?
That's his good one. Why would you do that? Why would you? It's not point. It's yeah. That's crazy. What the fuck?
Where'd you get the +5 from?
So I have 2, and then my save proficiency is 3. Plus then I get my +2 from saving throws for paladin, so it's technically +7.
No, your +2 is already included.
Oh, it's no, that's what I
Yeah.
mean. So +5 is just 2 + 3 for my saving proficiency, because I have wisdom and charisma saving proficiency being a paladin.
Gotcha.
Ah.
Gotcha. Right.
Yeah,
And
it's
that-
considerably better than wisdom.
Yeah, it is. In that case, nothing particularly happens to you, and he lets go of your hand and walks away.
And I let him leave this time.
And his army begins to follow him, and they start clambering up essentially. And a couple of minutes pass, and you also hear a sort of swipping sound, and a couple of wyverns come down and land next to you guys, and you'll recognize one of them as your good friend, Adorable. Yay!
Yay.
But I'm still beiging at Ben being the jammiest motherfucker in the world.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Is it the fact that the taking it out of his hand got both a crit success and a crit fail that you're upset about?
Not just that, the fact that when the GM has to punish you for doing something stupid, you still fucking roll a ridiculous number. and just escape scot-free again.
That's being a paladin, man.
No, it's being you, because you did it with Balance as well.
Krusk is getting a bit cut out.
You know, I'm so glad we busted our balls fighting a tree demon to save that.
I know, right? What a bitch.
Which one's out?
Al is the one that's closest to you.
So I
You
go
should
and
give him a hat or something so he's
I go
recognized.
and rub his.
I will give him something. A little love heart.
Oh.
Yay.
Rusty's
Yay.
going to go up to Dorable and reach into his pack and pull like a piece
I
of
mean,
meat
you're
to
not,
give that he
because
can give
that's
to
just
that he
not
can give to
allowed.
Al
You
as
can't-
like food.
You literally are not doing that at all. So you can fuck right off.
You don't want me to give you some food that you can feed your wyvern friend? Okay, fine.
No,
And
I'm saying you say the fuck out of my pack.
What?
Hey, paranoia is bleeding into D&D here, guys.
It was my pack that I've got rations in for when people are hungry, and I have
Yeah,
some
so
dried
hand
meat.
them to Adorable. Don't
That's
put
what
them
I
in his
said.
bag.
You said you reached into my pack.
No, I said I reached into my pack.
No, you did not.
You said you reached
We're
into
going to have to play this back later on.
This
Yeah,
is
we'll play.
PvP.
Okay. Okay. So I reach into my pack and hold out a piece of meat, showing him it's a piece of meat, and say, "If you want to give this to your friend, I've got this. Here,
I
you could
got
give it
it.
to him."
I reluctantly take the meat.
Okay.
Knowing
And I
that
walk
he's
away
not
from
welcome,
Rusty.
Rusty will walk away and go over to Krusk, where he has a friend.
He was
I'd
teabagged
say-
him, but he's unconscious.
I don't think Adorable likes me very much.
I'll say I don't really like Adorable very much.
Oh.
I don't like any of you. I'm just looking for my sword.
I
You mean
thought,
your hammer,
I thought we
Krusk?
had something, Krusk. I thought we were friends.
Probably more so than anyone else here.
I mean, he's grumpy. He's hungover just now.
I'm
Rusty
not
is going
hungover. I don't
to-
get hangovers.
Pat Krusk
That's
on the
fair.
head and say, "Thank you, friend," and offer him
Well,
some meat as well.
I'm going to take the meat.
Take it like a
I'll always take the meat.
Al takes it from you, Adorable, rather gently, and he kind of leans his head at you, as if he's expecting a stroke.
I should.
Yay.
I'm
I'll
going to give
toss
you.
one of my rations to the other wyvern so he doesn't feel left out.
This one's a bit more not as gentle in taking it, and it's, to be honest, it's quite disgusting in the way it eats.
I mean, I can appreciate he's hungry.
Liam, I'm sending
Yes.
you a token for Al.
A token file.
Just put like
Oh.
a hat on it, because that would be
Okay.
wonderful.
No, that's not what I meant to send. Oops.
Yeah, can I wander up to the idol?
Callum,
at the foot?
for the last time, stop sending me nudes. Oh God, penis. It's a nude.
Oops. There we go.
Ooh, that is a fabulous one.
It's also got no background.
You prefer no background, don't you?
It's cleaner. It's a clean look.
Yeah, unless you're Rusty who blends into the background because he's green. And
Yeah.
always green.
That is a thing.
Cool. What's happened? Get with the
I walked up to the shrine where the DeathKnight was.
Okay, so it's not so much a shrine as it's a coffin.
Ah, cool. Can I read the inscriptions on the top of the coffin?
Krusk is throwing his balls all
yeah.
over the inscriptions.
No, I'm dripping my ball sweat all over them. In fact,
No.
I'm not touching them. I don't have to like follow them with my finger to read. I'm not Krusk.
Oh.
I can't. I don't know what you're talking about. I can't even read.
You're making fun of his
Illiteracy.
his upbringing as a gladiator. He was kidnapped as a baby, don't you remember? He's
Well,
not tarantula.
and then brought up
He's not
by my
tarantula.
master. He was a good man.
You
His
had one
pipe,
very good piece of art left in your room, right?
He only raped you once a day.
his pipe was long. His pipe was long and strong.
That
Cut that.
yep. Edit that out.
There
Someone's
are
gonna
no
remind me about
edits.
this later. This editing malarkey means a lot of
Yeah,
stuff
I
might get
can
left in.
guarantee that I'll get that in editing.
Wow.
That is a
so
banging pick for Al, though.
yeah. Magnus. Basically, the inscription on the coffin says, "Here lies Travick, an oathbreaker, but not a traitor."
Debatable.
Cool.
Cost
I'll leave. Actually, well, I've got my pack here. I'm gonna leave a candle and one of my rations and a bit of paper that just says "peace offering" and leave it on top of his coffin.
Okay.
And let me look around and looking at the treasure left in the water. Is it all also draconic? Is it old advocate stuff, or is it from all over?
It's like from before. It's basically the old coinage of Katarina, but it's coins from about 100, 200 years ago.
Right. Okay. Kind of left here as a wishing well or something.
Cross, do you want this crown?
Potentially.
Yeah. I take it. From my understanding, then Belmont probably would appreciate these coins.
Well, he did before, but these ones you will realize are in swampy water.
Yeah, I'll mage hand out a bunch. If I see like a bag of them, I'll grab a bag of them. If not, then just a handful worth.
Okay. If you're going to sort of search for it, could you roll me an investigation?
Yeah.
Cross, do you want this crown?
Oh, you guys are still cutting out for me. I'm struggling to hear you guys.
That'd be a 15 there, Liam.
I was to say there's a crown in the.
There's a crown.
Would you like
What kind of crown?
the one you can see right here?
Yes. It's a really sort of old-fashioned, but it's half fallen apart, but it's still kind of nice.
Okay, I'll take it. I might be able to trade it for sex later down the line. So
I thought you were gonna wear it. Oh.
well, I can do that until
Of course.
necessary.
So Magnus, you kind of go rooting around, and most of the stuff you find is incredibly rusted and probably not worth a lot. But you do find a bag of sort of gems of varying values. Things like quartz and a couple of. You find a diamond, but you're not exactly sure how much it's worth. And you sort of lower value gems, really. And you will also find a bar of silver.
Okay. Well, just put in a monetary value just now, or just hold on to a bag of gems and bar of silver?
Well, the bar of silver will be worth about 25 gold, so you can add that now if you want.
Yeah, I'll just take that just so I don't need to trade it in later.
Yeah, bag of gems, you'll probably have to sort of get appraised.
Cool.
Big bag of Campbell.
Right, I'll grab that for now and pop it in. Okay. Yeah. Brother, and Hadari, actually, you might know this. Looking over at the massive nest to our south, do you recognize those eggs? Is that a wyvern egg?
Dragon
egg. Cool.
Rusty's gonna go over and just like tap on one gently.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rusty, don't crack it.
It's basically as hard as stone.
Aw.
I'm going to listen to see if it makes a sound.
It does not. You get the feeling that these eggs are never going to hatch.
Oh.
Okay.
I will
But
say
one
as much
hatched.
then. I feel like these eggs are never going to hatch.
My turn.
I point to the hatched egg.
Well, at least one of them made it out of this. No doubt we'll find it later.
What were you
based on my knowledge of Sorry.
So Cross said my turn.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
go
I
ahead,
was,
Chris.
I was gonna try and crack one open, see if we can eat it.
Okay. How are you going to try it? Just, like
With
hammer it?
With the bonk,
Yeah,
obviously.
with the big bonk. Yeah, I mean
Roll.
it's
Roll an attack.
Okay.
Cool. Wow, that's a big bonk.
Why is it
So-
plus 12, Owen? What the hell?
I don't know. I think because it was a really low roll. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, it was a
Oh
6.
no, it's because the big bonks is special.
Yeah.
That's the great
Oh, yeah.
weapon master
That
one.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you basically shatter this egg. It breaks open and crumples. There's nothing inside it. It's long, sort of dried out and decayed. There's a couple of bones in it.
Guys.
Can I take one of the bones, please?
Yeah.
One of the big ones, the biggest one that's there.
You find basically it's about the size of your hand, but it's a sort of skull. Well, it's definitely a skull.
Guys, we should probably
I'm
go
gonna-
after the Death Knight.
I'm gonna tie it to my loincloth.
Okay.
I mean, you know, wear it as like a.
Well, it depends how big it is. If it's the size of my hand, then it's not going to fit on my head because otherwise I would use it as a crown. So
Rusty, get away from me.
Why
Rusty.
are you so negative? I'm talking to this wyvern up here.
No, cool. Take a step away from me.
So I'll try and be a peacemaker and move in between.
He tried
Go.
to reach in my pack.
I didn't. That was my pack.
I know, brother. I know. Whenever he tries that, you just yell "bad touch," and I'll come help. So,
All right. Does this wyvern look like it wants us? Actually, no. I'll just cast Speak with Animals. That will work.
Okay.
There it is.
While he's doing that, Magnus, should we fly out and chase her, see where the Death Knight's going?
we should certainly find out where the Death Knight is going. Yes.
Hop on to Al with me.
I'm
Sounds
going to
good.
ask the wyvern if it would mind if the rest of us used its strength to get out the cavern.
It sort of it looks to you and says, "Yes, we were sent to get you."
All right. I'm going to thank it and mount the back of the wyvern, I guess.
I pat the side of Al's neck now that me and Magnus are on his back.
And gesture for the others to join us up here.
Yeah, I'll offer a hand to Saba and Hadari because they're closest to us. Let's go find this Death Knight.
We probably go straight to. Oh yeah, actually I forgot. Roger's heavy as fuck. So yeah, it should be four with Al and then 3 on the other.
Yeah, that seems the
Assuming
smartest move.
Al is okay with that.
You okay, buddy? No, I'll give him
You
a encouraging pat.
You might have to go in the claws. There's not much space on his back.
Yeah, I can translate anything Al says for you, by the way.
I mean, it's like Saba, Saba, you're used to being carried in claws, right? Like carrying your dying friends, away from your dying friends, you know.
So before he answers,
Saba's having a very bad week.
you missed a die. You missed a die.
Yeah, Hadara, you're with us too.
Oh, sorry. That was bad.
Splash.
Wrong
Alright,
there.
well, I guess we got Ray instead, so it's fine.
Okay, we'll see you at the top, Hadari.
Come on.
Bye.
Bye.
I would say, yeah. Go.
Just put Al in front rather than behind, so you can't even see him anymore.
Yeah, we're all just holding on to each other, flying through the air.
No, almost. He's
Getting there. Getting there.
Oh, there he is.
There
Yay!
he is.
Go.
And he flies off with you guys, and as does the other wyvern with the other 3. And they take you up to the top of the hole, and they deposit you. They land just where you jumped off, and you will see the Death Knight and some of the undead skeletons. And you'll also see a large number of the sort of lizard folk tribes, and they are currently sort of bowing before Travick. And you will also see Merlo and the sort of soldiers that he had with him, who are being captured by the lizard folk, and are basically on their knees as well, but they're also bound.
How far away are we from them?
You're basically like
Do you want to
couple
put some? Do you want to put
10,
some
20 feet from.
boys?
I didn't actually have the map. There we are. Hold on a sec.
The top one. The top of the hole.
Yeah.
You've not moved us across.
I know. There we are.
Hey.
There we are.
You also notice there's a couple of more wyverns kicking about.
Hi.
But no for us. He wasn't here before.
Yeah, that's true.
Rusk. Get over here, buddy.
I'm going to say hello to all the wyverns.
They all kind of are very agreeable enough. Say hi back to you.
Finally getting some use out of this spell that's not bloody pigeons.
They're just as clever.
These guys aren't as tricksy as the pigeons.
Well, we don't know that.
Well, I mean, like they haven't tried to
His name is
extort him for more money.
His name is literally Alpharius, okay?
Because you named him Alpharius.
It seems
Also,
appropriate.
everyone's Alpharius.
That is true. As I pull off my mask.
But if you're Alpharius and I'm Alpharius, then who?
Alpharius, it's you.
It's Alpharius.
Cool. So what are you guys doing?
I'm going to ask the wyverns, so what's going on up here?
Why?
They kind of look at you and go, "Not sure." Hunters, bring us here. Find you. Big hunt's coming.
Cool, thanks.
So, I turn to Magnus. Do we commit genocide against the lizard people to stop them from going to war against Katarina?
I think they're going to go to war against the Advocates, brother.
That's what happened last time. There's a lot of bitter feelings between lizard men and Katarina.
There are. They also used to be on the side of the Advocates.
Exactly.
So the lizard men will be against the Advocates, and we were against the Advocates.
You said they were on the side of the Advocates. I'm very confused.
Yes. So they used to be the foot soldiers for the Advocates in the past.
They were basically slave soldiers.
And now they're free. They'll fight against the Advocates.
So I don't think the Death Knight is very discriminate about.
No, the Oathbreaker broke his oath to save the lizard folk.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be very discriminate when he goes into Katarina to wipe out the Advocates.
Well, let's ask him if he will.
You can't hear this. You're talking to wyverns.
You're absolutely right. My apologies.
Yeah, I will kind of say, like, once the Advocates are wiped out, and if we fought side by side, there should be good feelings and boosting morale between the people of Katarina and the lizard folk. They lived in peace before the Advocates.
I think you're thinking too highly of war, brother.
I know, I am. I'm just being optimistic. I do feel uncomfortable being this close to so many undead, even if they are just puppets, apart from the Death Knight. We should speak to them and try and speak about the way that the people of Katarina do not support the Advocates and they're only being attacked by them. They're allies and looking to be living in peace. That's the idea of Belmont's been trying to do for a long time. The Lizard Men know this.
I don't think the Death Knight wants anything to do with us based on what happened up below.
Maybe not, but we always have to try and speak reason.
About your greater judgment.
Oh, this is dangerous, but okay. We can always try for peace and prepare for war.
Okay, so what are you doing?
Okay, so what's actually going on at the moment? Is the Death Knight speaking to the lizard folk, or is he just standing?
You kind of get when you come up, you kind of you're getting the end of a speech, where he's basically saying that now is the time. We will avenge your ancestors, and we will free ourselves of this the bonds.
Doesn't sound like he's going to go easy on people Katarina.
Sounds vague and threatening.
Johnny
Before anyone tries to talk to them, Zab is just going to casually turn to the group and offer if anybody needs wounds healing.
I'm mostly okay. I've got 68 health out of 76, so I'm probably okay. Other people probably need it more than me.
I
I
can do
would
with some
say-
healing. I'm 20 points short of full health.
Okay.
Did anyone heal me again after the?
No, no one healed you. They just healed Saba.
Because for some reason I've went
That
back
could
up
have
to
been
full
better.
health. I can do
Uh,
some healing then.
So while this is going on,
Okay.
you see the Death Knight walking towards the captives, and one of the sort of lizard folk tribe leaders approaches you,
Jesus Christ!
and you guys will recognize this one as the one you spoke to before.
Wait, I'm gonna stand next to Al and, well, get on his back and get ready to potentially intercept the execution of the captives.
Okay.
I thought they are
the-
still
the sort of-
advocates.
The lizard folk looks a little apprehensive as he approaches you, and he says, "We want to thank you for releasing our prophet."
It's like, you're welcome, but you should know that he's not the way he was before he was resurrected. He used to stand for the good of all lizard folk and the people of Katarina, and against the advocates. Now I'm not so sure.
That he sort of furrows his brows as he's kind of trying to consider this, and goes, "Be that as it may, he's asked me to help you. You'll have my tribe in support."
Uh-huh.
So I interrupted him.
Oh, right. Okay, your tribe in support. We appreciate the help. Where will the rest of them go? Where will the rest of the tribes go?
Not sure at the moment. We points to the sort of Merlot, who's currently sort of talking with the Death Knight, and says, "Find out where advocates are. Smash them there."
We can help with that. We know where they make the dragon creatures that have attacked you before.
You do?
We know the rough location. We've had scouts sent to scout out the location. We can strike them there, and then we can finish them in their base. We can work together. As we said before, trade for skills for skills. Now we just work together as one tribe.
He kind of nods and says, I'll let Prophet know now," and runs off from you. And 1 second.
Yeah, I'll turn to the party and say, I think we should try and bring them on side. We can destroy the advocates, and if they have good feelings with the people of Katarina, there can be peace in this land after the war is done. Also, who doesn't like having a few brave lizard men at your back, huh? Anyone got any thoughts there? Ray, Saba, Hadari, anything?
It does sound good. It may be quite difficult if they're so. This definitely very.
Sorry, David, can you say that
You're
again? It
fine.
cut out a little bit
Oh.
for me.
I say it would be great to have them on our side, but it might be quite difficult considering how fond they are of this Death Knight. He isn't quite very fond.
He may not be fond of us, but hopefully he can see the good the people of Katarina are trying to do. I said, hopefully he'll be at peace after the advocates are dead.
Let's hope.
Yeah.
I
Hadari,
don't really trust him that much.
no, we shouldn't. Unfortunately, he is undead. He's been twisted by dark magics. But
I don't
we'll
think we
see.
should trust any of them.
It's like, well, the
Yeah,
tribes need to
Ray
do what
doesn't
they need to
really
do.
trust the undead.
Understandable.
Never trust the undead. Never.
We can surely keep an eye on him, but he was a brave warrior before he was made into undead against his will.
He does return to you, and he looks at you and says, "Wizard, approach."
Okay. Malvadoran. That's a Death Knight in Draconic.
Oh. He
Yep.
he points over to the chieftain and says, "I've been told you know where the advocates are based."
We know they're based in the city to the west, but also we have a lab where Lord Tepis has been making these draconic creatures. We could go there together, strike them down, stop them being able to make more of these creatures, twisting life into this unholy creation, and then we can strike them in their base. We can work together. We want to be allies. We can be allies and bring peace to the land once the advocates are destroyed. The people of Katarina Lizament can live in peace after all.
All right, adorable. That one should work. Okay.
No, I cannot select it.
Can you not? That's weird. I have it on. Sorry, Swatson. Just working something out here.
Yeah, go ahead.
I can still select the normal items, but not him.
That's weird because I put that down as a default token. Cool. I'll just duplicate that.
Yeah, if you duplicate it, stick it in the party companions, and then you can
So it's
give
done,
me
David.
access to the other
Yeah.
Wyvern one, and I can edit that one myself.
Yeah, no worries. Okay.
That would make it quite easiest. Then you can.
Yeah.
Look at this fucking show off right now.
Hey, dead people can heal people, you know? It happens. Sorry.
There is logic in there if you don't think about it.
If you don't think about it. Nice. So I feel like I'm ruining the story by
No,
doing mechanical things.
it's fair. We can just cut this out in the editing.
Yeah.
David, see if you want to roll a 1d1 million, I will not judge you.
Everyone else will, though.
Right,
How
right.
much,
Damn it.
how
Don't
much
listen to,
PayPal
don't
money
listen to
does
the
it
logical
take,
people.
Okay, so you should have Al now.
That is so low for that dice,
Yeah,
Callum.
it's
That is disgustingly low.
Cool. So if you delete
Is
the
he,
old.
Yeah, yeah.
is
I'll
he
get that.
super? Thanks for asking.
Oh, you didn't duplicate it though, so I don't think
Sorry,
it's
who's
that.
super?
So that's fine.
Oh, yeah. I'm not sure how to do
Al.
that, so I thought that was just quick.
Ah, cool.
I think if you
Yeah,
right click on a
super.
token.
David!
Ah,
Yes.
Sorry, wait, Callum. The fuck?
Yeah. What?
That's horrible, bro.
Well, it's a 1 in whatever that number chance
What?
of getting that number.
How many zeros did you add?
I just held the button
Too
down
many.
for 9 seconds and I felt like I'm out of control. No, the more numbers there are, like the easier it is to be
31.
not near the top.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Okay,
6, 7,
I
8,
think
9,
that's-
10.
we're all
Yep.
done here.
Cool. You can delete the old out token and I'll put you on that.
Yeah.
Callum,
Cool.
this is how it's done. Never mind.
Statistically,
Wow.
That is.
Wow.
Wow.
No, that's a
some
Hold on.
hacking
Hold
bullshit
on.
right there.
That's just
John.
a zero you just
that's a
rolled.
1d 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0.
okay.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
So
no,
that's
wait,
Clever.
statistically the only possible scenario.
that's it, it's done,
Yeah.
lads.
How
Oh,
can I let you do
The
that?
duplicated token
Here?
didn't go in somewhere where I could see it.
It should be in the party companions.
Oh,
Just
never mind.
the one that like
fuck's
the
sake.
brand new one is, but it's not going to the stats.
It's a-
Oh yeah. Well, you don't need the stats for
Cool,
that.
that's fine. That's fine then. Cool.
So, Kate, out of curiosity, then, so Hadari doesn't trust the Death Knight. Is she quite happy with the idea of like the lizard men taking back more of the land from Katarina?
Oh, I can't make him big either. You have to do that for me too.
That's fine.
Sorry, Kate, I can't hear you.
And then set
Yeah,
that
sorry.
to default
What-
token now. And
Yep.
that
What
should
did you
now
say?
work.
Yeah, I was saying, like, isn't Hadari quite pro lizard man at this stage because they're quite nature focused?
Yeah, their nature focus would be better to like keep nature in mind, keep everything safe, tidy.
Okay, guys. So
Turn into like a destroyer.
the shitty boys distracting DM is done now. We can continue
Yeah.
with the story.
Okay,
I
good.
Yeah, sorry, my
apologize.
Thank you. So the Death Knight considers everything you're saying, Magnus, and says, "I understand we can work together. Then you can attack this lab. We can directly attack the Advocate's headquarters.
We could do that, or we can strike the lab together and then finish off the enemy in their home base. Even better, we do believe the advocates are coming to attack the city of Katarina itself. We're preparing defenses. If we get them on the way, or we hold them at the city walls, and then the lizard men strike them in the back as they're besieging us, we could destroy them there. trapped between a rock and some hard teeth.
Hard teeth.
Lizard men have hard teeth.
I like your thinking, wizard.
So, I like thinking, and I just give him finger guns with the smoke coming out the thumbs.
You had to ruin it, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah, you kind of see his look behind you, but adorable, and then he just turns around and walks back to the prisoners.
Go. I'll shout at him. So,
swear
you
he's
like the
shaking
idea?
his head.
So
I
you
like
like the idea, Travick?
I like the idea. And
I
Excellent.
don't
can we-
like.
What was that, brother?
He says, "I like the idea. I don't like you."
Pretty much.
You know what? I'll take it. I'll take it. Shall we wander over? What are we thinking about this execution? And I'll say very quickly to the party. I
Is it
still
them?
think they're advocates and they can be left to be dealt with by the lizard men.
Aren't they the good advocates though?
They happen to have had a civil war within the advocates themselves, but they've never tried to explain their position.
But what about the Geneva Convention?
Who taught you that word?
Father,
okay.
father did.
Yeah,
How come
during
we
the
all
bedtime
seem to get
stories.
involved in civil
Do
wars?
what?
During the bedtime stories, when he told you about the bad people that allowed something called the Geneva Convention to cripple his war efforts. It's like, perhaps we should go over and join.
I've
With,
got so many jokes that I can't say right now.
Oh,
course
go,
you
go,
can.
give us like the
You
best
cut it out
one.
at the end.
Keep it to the Warhammer.
It wasn't about Warhammer. It was no. I'll type it in Discord.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, shall we go over and join Travick with the prisoners? They may have useful information for us. And I'll start to slowly walk over to the situation.
That was why I couldn't say it.
Wow.
Of course you should have.
Yeah, no, let's leave it. Like
Yeah.
I've already got some editing to do
Yeah.
from you guys.
That's why
That's-
I did. That was why
Yep.
I said.
Yep, that seems fair enough to leave.
Yep.
Yep. Right. Liam,
Cool. So
is
what's going on
my
over?
is my
Okay.
spell finished now, or do I still need time?
What's the time limit on it?
10 minutes?
That would still be going.
Okay, then in that case, I'm just gonna keep set up there.
So Magnus, you're approaching, and basically, you've got Merlot's on his knees, and his men are sort of all tied up, and Travick's basically pressuring him for information on defenses, and things of the like. Merlot keeps insisting that he doesn't know much, as he's basically been in the forest for the past couple of months.
Okay. I'll look over to Hidari and go, you know the forest well. Is that true? They've just been in the forest? They've had no trails leaving?
What? Sorry, I was muted. Ah.
I was looking over and said, like, the prisoners have just said they've been in the forest and not really left ever. You know the forest and how to check tracks. Is that true?
Yes, I do. Are we going to check some?
I mean,
check some
you
It's
yeah.
like a really hard check.
I mean, that's quite very. You've only been through one specific part, so it'd be quite hard to tell. But you could roll a survival check.
Yay.
Natural 20. No.
Roll, please.
Hidari,
Okay.
you have. You're not entirely certain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. I'll
Okay.
see. I think it.
I
Hidari kind
tried.
of shakes her head. So what was that kid? I didn't quite catch that.
I
Say that.
tried. That's it. I tried,
Okay.
guys. Sorry.
Seeing Hidari like shrug, I'll walk over and say, there is a chance they've only been in the forest, Travick. We've met these advocates before. apparently they splintered off from Lord Tepus's forces. Is that right? And I'll look quite intently at the Merlot in the
Yeah,
front.
but they also want to stop Travick from coming back.
Because he's against the advocates. They are advocates.
So, yeah, Merlo looks up at you, says, "Not quite right. We were never part of Tepus's forces.
Are you advocates?
We were advocates. Tepus
And-
doesn't rule us all."
So you've had a split within your organization.
Something of the sort.
In what way are you different from Lord Tepus?
All Lord Tepus cares about is creating monsters. We had a noble idea once.
Keep talking. These might be your last words. Make them worthwhile.
We wanted to recreate, rebuild Katarina what it once was. Not limited to just metallic dragons. We wanted all dragons welcome. We were the advocates of Tiamat, but we were Bahamut worshippers.
I'm sure you can see the contrast there.
Indeed.
Were you linked at all to the old Draconic Order based in Katarina?
Personally, no. That's well before my time, but it was a good cause. We want to rebuild it.
Perhaps. Why were you sent to the forest? And why have you allowed it to become so corrupted? You did nothing to stop the Xena creature?
It was not in our power to destroy, or so I believed. We were here to stop Travick from destroying us all. That was the job that my leader gave us.
And your leader's name?
A man named Lucian Ataro.
Oh,
Bum, bum, bum.
Lucian. We've met
Shame.
him as well. He wasn't as loyal to your ideals as you might have expected. So he no longer requires your services. And I understand, and I'll look over at Travick, that this nice man has a lot of issues with the advocates themselves as an organization, not just the small factions within it. And I'll look at Travick. Is there anything you can say that might save your lives?
Travick looks at you and then looks down at the Dragonborn on his knees, and he crouches down. And you hear him say in Draconic, "Serve me, you live." And the Dragonborn just immediately starts nodding, but you can see the fear in his eyes.
So many Dragonborn in this campaign.
There are so many dragons. I will message to
More
Travick.
humans.
Yeah, but humans are everywhere. they're baseline.
This is a dragon city.
Okay. Let's see. It looks as if you have a follower there, Travick.
And Travick kind of looks to you and looks over to the lizard folks sort of gathering behind you and says, "So it would appear."
Yeah. Good. Good to see good men following, being able to lead others.
And what's the plan of attack here?
Well, we've had some of Lord Belmont's men scouting out the lab. No doubt they'll have a quick report they can give us, and then we'll think about deployment. It's like the lizard men are good at moving through natural surroundings. How are your puppets at stealth? And I'll gesture at his undead units.
They will keep.
Sorry?
Said they'll be able to keep up.
They're able to keep up. Okay, I'll follow your lead on that then. I don't know much about the undead. Usually I'm told to avoid them, which I'm sure you were.
Keep back, brother.
What?
Keep back. They're dangerous. Remember the tales.
That's it. He's very enthusiastic about his job. He's meant to be one of the watchers of the sigillets. They may have still been around before you were interred. He's one of the Corvidae.
Sigillets. I heard the name. I do not know much about it.
we won't get into it. We also want to make good for the world through the use of magic and knowledge, but let's deal with that some other time. I go. So
Perhaps.
I need to ask. Once the advocates have been removed, the corrupting influence of Lord Tepis, are you allowed to go to peace after that? Can you pass on peacefully?
I do not know. We will see.
Is that what you want? I can research this.
He's silent for a long time, and then says, "I do not know."
Okay, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, and I'll offer a hand in front to him.
He takes it, nods to you, and then says, "Find me where this lab is, then."
Okay. Well, have your forces ready to leave the forest. The tribe of lizard men that have been approved, I suggest we move them into Katarina just now. Start building up morale, being able to work with the rest of the forces to defend there, and the rest of the team can be ready to move now.
Very well. He looks to the chieftain, directly south to him, and says, "See to it. The rest of them will gather at the western edge." And they sort of nod and begin splitting up.
Okay, sounds good. I'll get my party ready to go, and I'll move back and gesture for Al and Adorable to come back for the rest of the party. Good. Okay, so you all heard that? We all happy with this?
Yeah.
Okay, so my suggestion here is we head back to Katarina, make sure the lizard men, defenders, settle in well, get the information from Belmont Scouts, come back, get these forces, and then go burn down a lab. I'm going to take everyone's silence as consent to this, so let's...
I mean, I'm not part
Sorry,
of the conversation. I'm like over in the north still.
Oh, I'll message Rusty and say, we're having a quick chat over here, if you want to pop back for a second.
I'm in the middle of something. I'll be another minute.
Okay,
Well,
Rusty,
I'm
does
gonna
it?
say,
Do you want to
I'm
get?
gonna say, yep, that sounds right up our alley.
What are you up to, Rusty?
Do you want
I am summoning my steed.
Go. So,
If that's what you kids call it these days.
Yeah.
not quite
Yeah,
been 10 minutes yet, but very close.
That's disgusting.
It's
Can
got
you make it
spiky
big,
bits.
though?
Spiky bits usually mean something evil.
There we go.
It looks very evil.
Looking at Al.
Yeah, he's a dragon.
Spiky bits, though.
He's an animal.
Hmm.
Yeah, he's got more natural ridges, whereas those are specifically spikes.
I mean, like, what's like?
Anyway, look, I'm a demon
Rusty
man.
has
I can't
horns.
really speak much. I have literal horns on my head.
Right,
but-
Rusty's gonna ride over, sort of clanking a little on his steed, and be
So
like,
Rusty,
Don't
that is
see that,
quite
Ryan.
the
You should
creation.
speak a lot.
Are the steeds large? I thought they were just normal size.
No,
"No, they're large."
because the warhorse is a large animal. So,
Huh. Crazy.
indeed.
Yeah.
Dismount.
So I'll kind of look at Saba, Ray, and Hadari in particular and go, I know you guys haven't really spoken much. Are we happy with this plan? We work with the lizard men and then the Death Knight, and we'll deal with his undead nature when we finish?
I don't
I'm
If
trust
there's
happy.
them.
another alternative, then I will support it.
I'm happy with
Yeah,
working with
it's
the
okay.
lizard people.
Can we
Yeah.
sort out what's gone on between you and I, please, Adorable, before we move on? I have no ill will against you.
I mean, you shouldn't go reach around at people's packs and trying to steal magic swords that we've already established are dangerous and shouldn't be falling down.
I wasn't trying to steal any magic swords. I don't understand.
He didn't try to steal, he did it successfully.
No, I've already checked with the GM.
Okay, are we all happy here, brother,
I mean,
Rusty?
Yeah.
There's a distinct lack of trust, but I'll not let that get in the way of our job.
That's fine then. And I'm going to remount Clip Clop.
Okay. Well, Crust ready to bonk a lab to pieces?
I'm also going to invite Hidari up onto the horse because she's only little.
Yay, thank you. Pops.
Oh, Gus, do
What about?
you want to go smash a lab up?
Sounds like a plan.
Excellent. Okay, well, let's head back to Katarina. Will we ride or walk with the lizard men?
At that, sort of the lizard folk the chieftain kind of whistles, and the wyverns actually approach. Says, "We'll ride."
Let's go, Al.
Okay.
And we'll
Brother,
take a
can I
quick.
join you on Alpharius? Yeah.
Alpharius grabs you with his claws.
Whee!
We will take the horse.
And get left behind.
Cool.
Okay, so we're off on another adventure.
God, why would you do this to yourself?
I think the horse has pretty decent speed. Like, it should be able to keep up.
Yeah, but flying
It'll
speed
certainly
tends to
catch
be
up.
like,
Yeah, the forests themselves will let you through quite easily.
what's the flying speed of a wyvern?
80
I think
feet.
it's 80 feet. Yeah.
And
Oh,
a
that's
horse
not
is
that
60 feet. So
Yeah, so
help you.
but if it dashes, then that's doubled.
That's true.
Wait, no, a wyvern can't be only 80 feet because
Yeah,
an
it is.
owl is 120.
Nope, because it's quite big.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
I'll look.
Yeah. So
Would you look at that madness?
Yeah.
okay, we'll call a quick comfort break there then, right?
Yeah.
Okay, sounds
Rusty
good.
wasn't looking around in your pack. You were imagining things.
You said that's exactly what you said, though.
Nope.
It may not be what you meant to see, but said, but it's what you said.
Well, in that case, I can only apologize. But I will listen back to the audio, and we will see.
This is where it gets edited, so it doesn't say that anymore.
Yeah, and with
Gosh.
that is the end of the first part of Meeting the Death Knight, and we'll come back in part 2. See you all next week.
Potato.
Happy adventuring.
Ross, get a copy of that tape.
yeah,
before
I'll
it's
see what I can
destroyed.
do. Yeah, cool. That's just so I know to
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
cut there for the first episode, so we can just keep recording because funny shit happens. Yeah, that all went a lot more peacefully than Magnus expected. Like he always tries to have.
I mean, we
reasonable
were
chat.
hit with like a
Jesus,
massive.
how bad did Magnus expect that to get? If that was
I mean, the fact that we had both Krusk and Ray and Rusty all get pretty close to hitting the guy. I was like, no, we need to talk to him.
I mean, I stood on his foot, but that was about as bad as it
I
got.
didn't attempt to attack him
Yeah, but you were about to. You stood up and was like, oh,
because
we're
I
gonna
thought we were in combat. I thought we were fighting the guy.
Nah,
I
not
was
This
that.
nothing
wasn't an
but-
Archie situation.
that
This
was
was just misunderstanding. Archie would
No.
have just attacked anyway.
Here's a quick question: does Krusk have a level of exhaustion now because he did a frenzied rage?
He does, yeah.
Yeah,
oh
he
god!
does.
Oh god!
And then did it.
I mean, if he's in one of the wyvern's claws, he can probably long rest there, right?
I wouldn't say long rest. No.
He can
I
short
need
rest
a long
there,
rest
right?
'cause I need to heal some chi points.
You know who can long rest while riding a horse?
Your mama.
A warforged.
That what?
And
Yep.
you
Damn,
too, you
John,
can
you were
wrap me
so
in your
close.
arm.
Warforged can rest as long as it's light activity, and the horse is sentient and can take care of most of the riding.
Mm,
Very helpful.
I probably would still argue that riding a horse, whilst it's easier than running at the same speed, it's still
You still
a
need to
good
hold
chunk of effort.
on and things
You
like
gotta
that.
hold on. You
But
still
that's
have to,
still
move
light
with the horse.
activity.
I wouldn't know. Light activity
Right.
is reading a book.
We're gonna strap you to a horse, tell you to fall asleep, and then slap it on its ass.
Yeah, that can long rest you. Yeah, fair enough. Cool. Anyway, I'm gonna jump away for a quick wee comfort break. We're back in 2
I
minutes.
am gonna walk the dog. I'll be back.
Good. Good man.
My favourite part about that encounter was that I was very peaceful, calm, and polite to the Death Knight. Proceeded to respond by dicking me in the eye.
Well,
Yep,
He really
that's
picked you in the eye.
What?
Anyway, did Saba heal Ray at any point there, or did I just not
Yes,
catch up?
I rolled a 1d8 plus 6 for you and Magnus, 2 separate ones. Both came back with 1.
oh god.
So you both got 7 points of health back. Did no one else see that? I was so shocked by it,
Alright, so
that I'm
7.
going to take a screen cap and put it up on my plaque of failures throughout my life.
Yeah, I'm going to ask Hidari to heal me next time.
Look, I have 2 spells left.
You're just drawing blanks, man.
Look, I'll have a banana, I'll sit out for, get my breath back for a second, and then to go. Get an energy bar, you know? Are we recording this, by the way?
It's still recording, I think.
Shit.
Oh,
Yep, Craig's still here. And I am actually just going to go take my dog out for a quick walk as well.
Okay.
So, behave.
For all the
I'm
kids
just
at home.
really, I'm just really let David get all this steam out so he's ready for the second half.
Yeah, for all the kids watching, that was an erectile dysfunction joke.
Ha!